Hi, it's Wednesday morning, May the 6th, and I'm here in my hometown of Buffalo, New York. This is where I grew up. In fact, not too far down the Niagara River here. I'm on the Buffalo waterfront, and in the distance, you see that bridge. That's the Peace Bridge to Canada. And that played a huge role in my life and my ministry. Back 21 years ago, I set out from literally the shadow of this bridge to Canada, the Peace Bridge, and started a 2,000-mile journey by foot called Faith Walk. It was a project we were raising awareness and funds, as well as recruiting volunteers to work with some of the poorest children in the world, the people they call Los Pepenadores in Mexico. These are the children, women, and men who live literally in, on, and off some of the most massive municipal garbage dumps in the world. They are indentured servants, virtual slaves to that industry. And at that time, 21 years ago, I was directing a program I founded in 1983 called Operation Serve. Today it's known as Operation Serve International, and it's working in more countries than Mexico. And under the very able leadership of Dr. Sama and Connie Sadik, and that's a long story in itself. Sama Sadik and my brother and I go back to his days in Cairo, Egypt. His dad is a Christian leader in that country, and we knew his dad. Then we were introduced to Sama, who came over and did an internship here with our ministry. Anyway, all that to say, this is another part of my life, and I wanted you to just get a glimpse of it. That was quite the trek 21 years ago. I remember every step of it vividly. We raised a lot of money, a lot of awareness, a mass amount of prayer and volunteer support for these children, and the ministry remains vital today. It's not far from here that we have another part of our lives still here in Western New York State, and that is Hearts for the Homeless, and a mobile advocacy shelter that now is a multifaceted organization reaching out to poor people, indigent poor, homeless people here in our home area. So once in a while, I like you to get a glimpse of these things because it's the other part of our story that usually doesn't make the headlines. Reporters like to write about the controversial stuff in Washington. Well, there's another part of our lives, and it remains here. The reason I'm here in Buffalo is twofold. One is I have a speaking engagement just about 2 hours up the road in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I'll be addressing the Canadian Conference of the Evangelical Church Alliance, challenging church leaders and the people of God to be salt and light in their culture and civilization in Canada. The church is God's strongest agent for change, but the right kind of change. And that's what I'm going to be talking to the Evangelical Church Alliance leaders in Toronto about today. But whenever I come within striking distance of Buffalo, I have to make a pilgrimage home to see my folks, as you know, and I know I've been talking about it a lot lately. I hope I haven't pushed your patience, but my dad is here, terminally ill with cancer. My mom, completely disabled and is wheelchair bound in a nursing home here with my dad. Thank God they're together, and we're so grateful to the Sisters of St. Francis Home here in Buffalo who take care of them and do a very good job. My two older sisters are here, and my brother and I get back here, pardon me, as often as possible. Whoa, something's in the air here near the water. I think it's just this lung thing I've been struggling with. Pardon me, that's rude. Anyway, I want to tell you that back home, the Bible reading marathon is well underway, still going at the U.S. Capitol under the able leadership of its longtime sponsors now, Pastor Michael Hall and his wife Terry, and of course my program director, Peggy Birchfield-Nienaber, is there, as well as our other staff members, and we have a new team member, Lisa Geisler, who's there in training. back home in Washington. So I'll be flying back home early tomorrow morning. I'll get back just in time for all the National Day of Prayer events. I'll go to the NDP events, as they call them, on Capitol Hill. The one the Dobsons are involved with. Then I will go and officially close the Bible reading marathon as we read the very last verse of the book of Revelation together, and then close with a glorious time of prayer and praise at the U.S. Capitol, and then quickly across the street to the steps of the Supreme Court, where I will conduct the only National Day of Prayer observance at that location. So lots going on. Thanks for your prayers for our ministry, your constant support and friendship, and of course your prayers for our family at this time. I love you guys, appreciate you, and gotta go. See you later.